Hello, hello. I love how we were both bopping to this song, to the intro.
That
So
was
we're both
so
like,
catchy.
yeah, that's our new intro, guys.
Ooh, hi,
Hello,
everyone.
welcome to Nat Geo Going Wild, because we're going wild with everything that's happened during the week. It's a Sunday show because we're always talking about the weekly hot topics, and we read the cards to find out the juicy details of what's happening with everything that's going on. Hi, Georgio. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Love Bug?
I'm good. I'm being super, like, we talked about this before, but I'm super affected by these retrogrades right now. I don't know how everyone else is.
Killing us, right? I don't know what it is. I just feel so exhausted by everything.
I feel the same way, and I feel like, and my energy is low. And listen, I was on a holiday 3 weeks ago, and I'm just, I'm so hard on myself. I'm like, you just came back from a holiday. You shouldn't be feeling tired, but I
That's what
am.
I've been saying to myself. Well, I literally just came off holiday after last week, so I was like, you better not say you're tired.
And especially your holiday, because you went around Greece, you visited all these beautiful places, and you were in Mykonos.
Take me back.
Oh, you should come back next year. And this
Oh, I'm
time,
definitely coming back. It's going to be a
Mykonos.
yearly trip now, for sure.
That'll
For
be
sure. Oh, we've already decided midway through our trip we were going to do it yearly now, because it's like, how can you not? Where are we going to go? Florida?
That's true, because Greece, you can combine everything. You've got 2,000 islands to visit.
Yeah.
You've got, huge coastal lines where you've got beaches. You've got mountains, if you like, mountains or mountain climbing. You've got so much. So this should be a thing. And you should join the retreat next year, because we're
Oh,
doing
yeah.
this spiritual retreat, bringing in spiritual teachers from all over the world, doing psychic
Amazing.
development.
Oh, no. Yeah, sign me up.
Reiki, the whole 9 yards. It's going to be great.
I can't
Absolutely.
wait.
And it's going to be like a meet and greet for you as well. People can join and meet you.
That's right.
Or we should do one. We should do one
We should
eventually.
do one, though. Ooh, the chat's fired up already, guys.
Hello, chat. Hi, beloved mods. Thank you for being here today. Gabrielle is in the house. Gabrielle is on holiday, technically. But she's taking a break from her holiday to join the show and mod after the mayhem and the chaos of last week.
Last week was crazy.
It was. That's why this week we're going to keep it more structured. So we're going to, what we're going to do, we're going to do the show, and then we're going to look at the chat towards the end, and we're going to bring up your questions, and we're going to bring up your comments. But it's just too much to kind of follow what you guys are saying in the chat, follow what Georgia and I are talking about, reading the cards. It's just so much. So guys, be patient. We'll let you know when we're ready to bring up your comments and your questions, but I think let's keep it that way so it's nice and smooth. And don't forget, it's retrograde, so things can go cuckoo. So we have we have two topics, two reunions to talk about today. Hence the title, reunions. The most important one, well, at least for us Bravo fans, is the Beverly Hills reunion. And Georgia, I want you to give me a little, because I haven't watched the trailer yet. So, and for anyone who hasn't watched it, I want for you to give us a rundown of what to expect.
Yeah. Oh, sure. Go ahead.
Okay. And then I was going to say, after that, we're going to talk about the reunion in Buckingham Palace, because you've all heard the news that the Queen, unfortunately, has passed on. She was 96 years old. She reigned for 72 years in UK. She was the longest reigning queen. She was extremely and is beloved to the Commonwealth countries, pretty much. Okay. It was the epitome of decorum, loyalty, hardworking. And before everyone says she's a queen, she wasn't hardworking. Do you know how much hard work it is to meet people all day? Okay. People that you don't want to meet, actually. Really, you can't be yourself. You have to, there's this, there's an appearance, there are appearances, there is a protocol, and that's exhausting, especially for an old lady, because the queen worked until until 2 days before she passed on. But anyways, that's very sad. Now we've got Prince Charles, formerly known as Prince Charles, become King Charles now. Long live the king. And we've got all the mayhem and everything that's going on around Meghan Markle, Harry, the Cambridges. So we want to look into that as well. And I know people get heated and get very passionate about that topic. So guys, listen, we're gonna approach this as how I'm gonna say this, as tactfully and diplomatically as possible.
Please.
But I can't control what comes out.
No, we can't. I just want to shout out my partner Jeffrey in the chat. Hi, Jeffrey. Thank you for joining us. He's downstairs.
Hi, Jeff.
But yes, so I wanted to touch on the Beverly Hills reunion. So there's not a trailer yet. They filmed on Friday. And my source was kind of giving me the play-by-play as much as they could. So it was very interesting. So we'll get into that for sure.
Okay, listen, I'm going to watch the trailer at some point. I didn't have the time, but question. Do you think it's one of those like trailers that we're used to from Bravo and Andy? Because I know he tweeted and he said, wow, this reunion, I'm exhausted. Things came up that they were unexpected. Because Andy always comes up and says, this was the best reunion. This is the best season yet. This is that. Do you think it's been hyped up? Do you think that they're really going to touch on all these issues and go deep?
So the trailer hasn't come out yet. And when it does, from what I'm gathering, and first of all, it was a long day. I waited until, midnight my time, and they were still going. So that would have been 9:30 their time. They got there at 6 a.m. to start getting ready, mind you. And they went on about 9 a.m. West Coast time. But it really, there was a lot of stuff going on, particularly with the things regarding Kathy. Diana was a no-show. She was virtual.
I heard.
So that was very interesting. So there's a lot. I think some of it was obviously my source is not going to give me everything because they don't know what they're going to use. And also they don't want to spoil too much. But, we're going to wait and see. We have 3 more episodes left before the season's over. So, and this is the interesting thing. This is the first time where the ladies did not get to see the last few episodes before they went and filmed. So that's a good idea. A sticky situation.
I like that.
I also have a tidbit. I think you mentioned there was a mystery that Andy said that he didn't even know about was solved.
Yeah, that one.
I will be able to answer that.
Ooh, I'm so excited, but also I want to see what the cards bring. So does that mean Diana's not coming back? So she was, I know she says that she's got COVID.
She said that she had COVID, but honestly, looking at her content, she was doing activities and stuff. So if you had COVID, maybe don't post that you're at the aquarium or, those things. So people were kind of calling that out. And I think a lot of it had to do with the fact that she probably didn't want to get questioned too much about certain elements, you know what I'm saying? So it seemed like I don't know if she was even there the whole time.
So she pulled the Mary Cosby.
Well, to give Diana credit, she showed up at least on Zoom. Mary Cosby was not coming. So, we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. I mean, a lot of backlash and a lot of stuff going on. So, yeah, let's dive in. Let's dive in then and let's find out what is really going on.
Well, where do you want to start? I guess we can let's start with the Kathy stuff because Kathy did show up and she showed up with her publicist and her assistant, which a lot of people were like, this doesn't really happen. Housewives don't show up to the reunion with their publicist, but it is Kathy Hilton. So it's not that out of the line for her to do that. But I do think she was doing it because she knew what was probably going to come her way and she wanted to try to control the narrative. So is there a reason maybe? Let's start with, was there a particular reason why she brought her publicist to the reunion? Was there a reason or is this standard for her?
Ooh. The cards just flew, and 3 of them flew out. She's not happy. I can tell you, she's not happy. So it was the publicist and the assistant, right?
Yes.
Because I don't know. Are you? So I have a feeling it has something to do with an agreement that she had, maybe with Bravo, Andy, or someone from the production. Okay, that I feel that she didn't follow through with that agreement, and she was reprimanded. This is what I feel. She's not happy about how like they edited her. I know that is sort of like a buzzword that goes around the Bravo world. Like, I don't like how they edited me, and it's all about the edit. But this is what I feel she feels. And yeah, the publicist and the assistant, if they come, I mean, I don't see it clearly, but I do see that she's got someone who is sort of an advisor, someone who advises her. Let me just pull another card. Yeah, it's a male. It's a water male, water sign male. Someone interesting, the world. She's not happy, and she won't be happy during the reunion, okay? Because I also got, aside from this King of Cups, who is whoever's advising her, and this is more of a business advisor, I'm going to say. It's not someone from her family or her close group of friends who also acts as an advice, someone she trusts. And then I just feel the world. She's not happy the way she was portrayed. She's not going to be happy, or she wasn't happy during the reunion, or what came out during the reunion, and things are going to change for her. We're going to see her in a different light, which makes sense now with what we saw last week, where everyone just kind of like went a bit,
Yeah, no, I was just thinking that, actually, how that kind of ties into that.
Yeah, guys, this is the surprising stuff. Something is coming out about Kathy, and I know we've all been expecting that. We all expected to see that in the Aspen trip, but no, during the reunion, someone who she thought she could trust, and I can take one guess, and so can you. It's just a guess who, but I feel that someone she trusted, or she confided in, or someone that she liked is going to disappoint her, is going to backstab her, is going to break her heart.
Oh boy.
So there's a lot happening. Queen of Cups here, and this is a lot of cups here. She's a Pisces, right? Did we say?
Yeah, she is
Pisces.
But remember, I sent you, I think Denise is in the chat. She pulled the charts. So shout out to Denise. But she's the one who pointed out, remember, we couldn't figure out where the placement was. And then as soon as we were done, she like sent it to me. I was like, oh my gosh. And that's when I sent it to you. And I was like, this is it.
And I was like screaming inside, because I'm like, if I didn't know whose chart this was, to be honest, I would be like, don't trust this person. They have a facade. They appear one way, but they're not. They're smarter than they are. And someone who's not truthful.
You did say that, though, before we got the full chart. I mean, but that kind of solidified it.
It solidified it. If you look, because I remember she had Pisces. She had a lot of, what else? She had Libra. She had Libra placements, Pisces placements. Libra was in her moon, which also indicates like she's very wishy-washy, and really goes with she's a little bit of an opportunist as well. And that applies to people as well. She will hang out with people that she feels are on her level, or that she's got something to gain from. And I know we see her, and it's really endearing seeing Kathy being this ditzy, sort of comical, who's hunky-dory thing. But yeah, we have to look way past that. And I can tell you, I always said she was my spirit animal, but after last week's reading and today what I'm seeing, I'm going to say that, wait for it, guys, buckle up, because this is going to be this reunion, because I feel this is not going to bode well for Kathy. Not well. I still enjoy her, but I'm just saying.
Totally. I mean, listen, it's all fair game, right? We can't protect certain people and not others, and she's on the cast. She asked for more money. She kind of stalled on filming. So I'm sure production wasn't super happy with certain elements, but
she's not either, and she won't be, because things are going to come out.
yep.
She can't trust her castmates. No one can trust anyone in there. It's gone so dark. So dark.
It was so draining. And I was just on live this morning, just like chatting, and people were like, this feels like the longest season. And I had to say, actually, it's not. It's actually, we've had longer seasons. It's just that it's been so draining and dark that every episode just feels so like exhausting by the end of it, because you just do nothing. It's just all like low vibration, you know? It's just like strange.
And this is not a typical housewife show, to be honest. No, this is, I mean, I know. I mean, how do you get right? Because people always complain when there are no storylines, and when it's boring, people complain and they're like, oh, the season was horrible. There were no storylines, blah, blah, blah. I was too produced. And then but I don't consider that a storyline. I don't consider Beverly Hills having a storyline. It's again about Rinna's antics, Erica Jane being a biatch, and being she doesn't have any empathy for anyone. I mean,
wild.
And
wild.
Trust Rinna trying to save Erica. Did
you see how fast? Like, it was her, like almost like Rinna was her lawyer. She was like, okay, you got to go. Come on, stop talking. And even Kyle, thank God, because I was like, guys, you've been in her corner, but you're listening to this and you're not going to say something. Like, I'm glad Kyle stood up and actually called her out and said, you can't say that, even if you were thinking it. You are on TV.
It's almost like she forgot that she was on TV. But again,
she cares.
It begs the question, what is she on? What is going on with Erica? Because if Rinna of all people, was trying to protect Erica,
Rinna telling you to shut up, that says a lot, because Rinna likes to mention it all. So that said everything for me.
I know, right? So there's just a lot, and enough with this lawsuit, and enough with Rinna, and enough with Kyle. Just enough already, and leave Sutton alone. Just leave her alone.
Yes. Can we find something else, guys?
Pick on someone else. Like, pick on Kyle for once. Why don't they pick on Kyle?
That was the other thing, the seating chart. People were pissed off because the seating chart has Kyle sitting next to Andy again. And it's like, people were pointing out, they're like, has she never not sat next to Andy? And I was like, no, she actually has always been one of the people that sits next to him. So it's interesting, because it's like, well, she didn't really have a lot going on. So why isn't it? I would think they would put someone else. Sutton, in my mind, should have been next to. Exactly. Which, it's like, come on, again, Sutton's carried another season and she's sitting towards the end of the couch. It's like, whatever.
Poor Sutton, honestly. And I know first season wasn't great. People were like, oh, she's boring. She's this, she's that. I get it. But, we always have to give them a season to kind of like,
totally.
Warm up to their role. And now I don't know. It's just, I'm over it.
No, I am too. I want it to be done with. I'd almost rather them just skip the last few episodes, give us the highlights, and just go right to the reunion, because it's like, come on, guys, let's wrap this up so we can move on.
I agree. What do you think we should expect for the last 3 episodes?
I think what we're going to see, I think the next episode, we're going to probably kind of dive into that meltdown. Although it wasn't filmed, let's be clear, because a lot of people I noticed in my comments were like, they saw the preview and they think this is what causes her meltdown. The whole like Lisa ordering Kendall Jenner's tequila over hers. It's not. I think they're just using that as a way to lead up to this night at the club where she loses her cool. Outside of that, losing her cool is not that big of a deal. It happens. People have moments. It's the allegations that came from that blow up, outside of what she said about Kyle, that people are really trying to get to the bottom of. The racial slur, the homophobic slur. And it seems like shout out to your moms are watching because she also had updates. It's alleged that Erica does call Kathy to the carpet about it.
Ooh.
Now, whether or not they use it is something different. But I've been told that it was brought up.
All right. Okay. Well,
which
we'll have to
isn't making her happy. Again, maybe this is why the publicist was there. Maybe, and I fear for her that bringing her publicist probably made it for a very sticky questioning, because publicists, they stand off to the side, and if the question isn't acceptable, they're going to stop whatever. So I'm sure there was some push-pull there on how we're going to go about structuring it.
When you told me yesterday that you heard there's a rumor that she brought her publicist, the first thing that popped into my head was are we sure it's a publicist and not a lawyer or someone who asked? Because this is, while you're talking, this is what I'm picking up. I feel like she brought a lawyer in, and maybe they masked it, or it kind of leaked as a publicist because they didn't want to sort of amplify that.
That could be it too.
Because it doesn't, from the cards, I tell you, doesn't look good. She needs the protection. She brought this person in because this person, a man, is an advisor. And advice for what?
Image and branding, and how this could impact her whole...
Are you trying to cover something?
Listen, this goes more than just Kathy. You have to remember, Nikki is married to a Rothschild.
Right.
That would be damaging to be affiliated with that type of press. Then you have Paris, who's tried to rebrand and who has also been vocal about sticking up for her mom on Twitter. So people are really picking up on that, as she should. I mean, if that was my mom, whether or not you liked her or hated her, I'm going to stick up for her. So I think there's a multitude of factors. I also think there's just a lot of dark history between her and Kyle.
Listen, something came up. Guys, I have a message come through.
Oh,
okay, wait, while you were talking, listen to this. While you were talking, I had this vision, okay, because I know that I read somewhere that not Nikki, but Paris got involved. I think there was a tweet about Kathy, or was it Rinna? Someone tweeted something and she defended her mom. And she hasn't done that so far, and she did it. And then there's a running joke on Twitter that be careful because don't say anything about Kathy, because Paris, will be after you, or she'll tweet back at you. And so what I'm feeling is, and it's okay, maybe the world needs a little bit of time to digest this. But what if Kathy is to leave Beverly Hills, the Housewives, next year? Have one more season, and then they break Paris in. Or she doesn't leave and Paris comes back. You heard it here first. If you see Paris become member, a cast member of Housewives, you heard it here first. I'm just saying, I have a very strong feeling that there's something else. This is why she started off. When I was doing the celebrity readings with Kempire, and we did a reading on Beverly Hills last year. And I said, that was Kathy's first season, which was last year, right? Yeah. And I remember, and I don't remember much about readings, as everyone knows, but I remember specifically that I said that Kathy she wants to be on the show, not because Kyle kind of encouraged her and said, hey, this is going to be fun. Let's do this together as sisters. This is a bonding experience, because we know Kathy doesn't need the money, or she doesn't need the press. She doesn't need all that, the publicity. She's got all that. And I said, it has to do with Paris's, was just before Paris's, what's it called? Paris in Love, the show. Yeah, was about to air. And I said, well, this has to do with Paris. This is the feeling I kept getting. It has to do with rebranding the Hilton name, rebranding Paris, because now she's married, she's settled down, she will have kids soon. But it's also to push a different narrative about Paris, because we all know that her sort of brand is a bit all over the place. She had a very strong brand like Kardashians have back in the day, but now the younger generation don't really know who Paris Hilton is. She's not really an influencer anymore. You have younger, different people, fresher people being influencers now.
Yes.
So I feel that we're going to see her in Housewives Paris. Excuse me. This is all, that's why Kathy is there. She's kind of like paving the way in a sense. It's all about rebranding, but it's backfiring. So I don't know what's going to happen after this, because this is not looking good for Kathy.
Yeah, I don't know. Also, like, before we get into other things, I would love to know. Now, we know that Patrick Summers did not go, although he was saying that he would be there. He was asked to go.
Okay.
He didn't obviously end up being there. I also heard his name was not even mentioned. So do you have any thoughts on that? Like, what? I still am a little confused, as I'm sure some people are, maybe not. I'm still on the fence. There's a part of the story with him that I feel is partially true, or it's connected to something that's been going on. So I don't know if he's who, I know he's not who he says he is per se, but he's got a job in this somehow. He's not, I don't get a crazy fan who's looking for attention. It's like there's something deeper there. But he wasn't there, and they didn't mention him, probably for good reason. Oh, Denise asked, is Patrick Summers a pseudonym for something else? Maybe, because you can't find this guy anywhere. People have tried, they have looked for him. It's such a mystery. Maybe we should just let the mouse go at this point, but it just feels, I don't know.
Ha ha ha. Well, Pat Summers no more, I can tell you that. Whatever his involvement is in all this, they're pulling the plug on him, whoever is working with him, because we know that he's been working with someone behind the scenes. And we looked at it. Look, I have the Five of Swords. He's not happy. He's in trouble right now. I think there's a lot going on. So they know who he is, basically. This is what my guys are saying. They know who he is. They know his involvement. He's in hiding.
Interesting.
I don't know. Has he been on social media? Because I'm getting that he's sort of, not in hiding physically, but he's like.
He's kind of retracted the last since the reunion taped on Friday. There's been less of him. So maybe that's why. Like, he's come out, like I saw he posted something to his stories today, but it's not at the same level as what he was doing like the morning of the reunion filming, where it was like he was going one after the other.
All right. Well, look at this. This is really weird what I'm picking up. Okay. It's not 100% clear, but I'll go with it. I'm just trying to unravel what's coming through with him. So I feel he was connected through a relationship or a marriage with someone. He's like an ex-husband. It could be with one of the kids of the cast of the Housewives. Someone who's he can make things happen. He knows people, and he knows the right people, and he can make things happen. He's the go-to guy if you want something to happen, or if you want him to fix something, or drum up some chaos on social media. He's the go-to. So they know who he is.
So then is it possible that image of who Patrick is being displayed as is not actually the person? Like, are we using someone's friend in Beverly Hills to just be the like face of Patrick, and it's not Patrick, and it's actually someone else who's maybe an advisor or someone who's really skilled at all of this?
Someone who was connected through marriage. Yes, this is someone.
So it must, like, that's why I'm saying, is it like someone portraying this as a younger person, but in fact it's not, because you're saying
exactly. Someone who is, obviously. So otherwise, people, the internet sleuths, they would be able to find him instantly if he was a real person.
Yes,
right?
Anyone that's why I'm saying you can't find anything about him or that name.
That's not his real name. That's not his real. That's a persona. That's an alias. It's not really him. But he is connected on a deeper level with one of the ladies or two. This is what I'm getting.
This is so wild.
It is so wild. I know. It took me 2 days last Sunday. It took me 2 days to process everything, because I was just trying to fit those puzzle pieces that were coming through. But it's so hard because it's so vague and I can't connect to someone's energy if they're not here asking for a reading, right? So I'm just picking up what comes through and what my guides want to tell me. But this is wild. That's why I feel the reunion is going to be very, very telling and things are gonna sort of fall into place and it's gonna make more sense to the rest of us.
I hope so. I think people just want some answers to
Death.
something.
That's it. Death. I feel that we will eventually find out. We will eventually find out who this Patrick Summers is. We will.
I can't wait. I need to figure that out. Because it just never came off like some rando who's just being a fan of the show, creating all this hype. There was like a lot of connection that it just didn't make sense. So I know people brushed him off. He did, but I feel like that was part of the strategy. Give a percentage of truth, mix it in with a bunch of like lies so that no one actually takes it too seriously.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Denise, Patrick will be revealed. We will eventually find out. It's all going to come out. And you know what? We're going through an era right now, and I keep saying that everything is coming to light. Darkness, the shadow, everything's coming to light. We're going to find out a lot more stuff, juicy stuff, and that's why we have this show, because this is the right time to have a show like this with celebrities. A lot of secrets, hidden agendas, think dark secrets are gonna come out. They're coming out. Wait for it. So this is also gonna come out. And as I said, during the reunion and after, expect a Housewives war. This is all I can say because I feel it.
I'm getting tired already.
Darren says, I don't think Patrick came to the taping based off what I heard. No, he didn't, right, Georgio? Yeah.
No. And it makes sense because if it's not who is being displayed as Patrick, whoever, maybe Patrick did show up, it wasn't that Patrick. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why I feel like that's just an image, a like distraction, like this young kid, but it's not. It's just a savvy media marketing person that knows how to do stuff like this.
Is Patrick the publicist?
Is it the assistant?
Or the assistant? And she brought them in and just, introduced them as publicist and assistant. I'm going to throw the cards. I'm going to ask.
Let's find out, because there's a lot of connection between that whole thing with the assistant.
I know. It was weird, right? It's weird. Who else? No one else has brought an assistant or a publicist during LVP never did, and she was the queen.
No, I can't think of anybody else. Even Denise Richards, when she did hers. I mean, I'm sure her publicist was in the room, but like not because of anything other than. Actually, I don't know if Denise brought a publicist. I think we would know.
I don't think so. I
don't think so either.
Eric and Jane didn't bring a publicist or a lawyer. I mean, as far as we know.
A publicist?
Oh, that's a good point.
Why would her publicist let her run around acting the way she does?
That's a good point. Absolutely. Well, Kathy, no. The answer is no. Patrick Summers is not the publicist or the agent
or the assistant.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
He wasn't there. So there you go. That's that. What else have you heard about the reunion? Anything else? Any other juicy gossip that we can look into?
So I don't know how juicy this will be, but the one thing, and this is credited to your moms are watching because her connection was able to give us some of this insight, that there was a mystery solved that no one realized was even a mystery. So if you guys remember when Garcelle's book launched and Eric and Jane took a pic or posted a picture of the book in the trash, the Bravo investigative detectives paid so much attention to this old landline phone that was in the garbage and focused on like, who has a landline phone still? Well, it comes out that was actually, that picture was Lisa's. She threw Garcelle's book in the trash. And that was because they had done a handshake basically saying we wouldn't talk about each other's kids. I guess they pissed each other off, and that was her retaliation. And Erica got the photo sent from Lisa sent it to Erica, but when Garcelle tried to promote her book, Erica used the photo that Lisa took originally of Garcelle's book in the trash, and people assumed that it was her trash can, and it wasn't. It was actually Lisa Rinna's. So,
just saying.
Just saying.
All right. So, and you think that's gonna? I mean, how are they now? The thing is, one question I want to ask. I want to ask if the Fox Force 5 is going strong, or after everything that's going to come out, it's going to change the dynamic. It's going to change.
That's a good question to ask.
So let's find out, because I feel, Dorit, I feel she's kind of in the outs for whatever reason. I feel like Dorit is sort of like she's not integrating in this Fox Force 5 dynamic.
I think there's a lot of stuff there, and I think she's starting to get worried that she'll be next.
Yes, and she will be.
She sees how, they're really going. I mean, this happens, but with everything as dark as it is, I'm pretty sure that PK and her have some stuff too, and she's really worried. So she's trying to stay neutral. If you notice the season, she's not really going hard for either side. She's trying her best to appease whoever she's dealing with.
True. That's why I think she's kind of like, ooh, that's why they just confirmed. That's why I asked the question. So the Fox Force 5, as much as they're pretending and they're like, yes, we're friends and we have each other's backs and everything, it's all going to crumble down. I tell you, after the reunion, we're going to see a whole social media war situation going on between these women. Tower is like the death card. It's like done. Okay. And this energy is dying. Death. There you go. And I pulled the death card. I mean, what else do you need? You don't need to know tarot.
It's pretty clear.
It's pretty clear that this and it has to do, I don't know, Ace of Pentacles has to do, I don't know, do they pay? So question to you, do they get paid the same salary or same fee, all of them? Or
no, I think they all get paid differently in terms of how much, but I'm sure there's a Richter scale.
Okay.
I'm sure there's people, I think it's, obviously I'm sure Erica got a pay raise for coming back this season after last year. So there's that. I know Kyle makes probably, I think the last time I read, she was making $500,000 a season. And I think Rinna was as well. I don't think Dorit's making $500,000 a season.
Okay.
So, and she really hasn't had anything to go that happened that would garner her to ask for more money. She's not really giving us anything really that crazy. So it could be that. I mean, there's a lot of factors. I don't really think they were all genuinely friends. I think they were friends by association and protecting each other because they all probably knew, look, we stick together, we can stay on the show. You know what I mean? And no one will expose us.
Yeah, absolutely. Negotiations, they were not going to go well, okay, for the next season. It's probably happening now. This is my feeling around this time. It's happening. They're bringing someone else new and they're getting more money. Just saying, they're not going to like that. They're not going to like that. They're not going to get as much as they did this season. This is what is coming through.
You know what? Someone on my live wanted to know, do you think, because there's been some chatter with Denise being open to coming back. Do you see Denise coming back to Beverly Hills?
Good question. I will ask for Denise, but do you think LVP will ever come back?
I don't think LVP would even remotely consider it unless Kyle was gone.
Good point.
Because there's just no way after everything. And I think she would be fine with Rinna. I think LVP can handle Rinna. It's Kyle that really...
Right. Yeah, I know what you mean. Hold on. Let me ask about Denise then. If any plans for her to come back. She's thinking about it, okay? She's not opposed to that idea. I can tell you that. So, and she likes that, but I think she's going to come with some, hold on, wait. 10 of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. Well, she's coming back with her on her own terms. That's for sure. If she comes back, it's only if Bravo can fulfill her terms. It's definitely the money. She's going to ask for more. I think she got, what did she get? Like 1 mil?
1 million a season already. So how much more can you, and she didn't really give us much for that million. So.
Well, yeah, but if the Fox Force 5 splits and some of them leave, which is my prediction.
Okay.
Then they will. Things. And I do feel that some of the existing housewives are not going to get the same amount next season as they did this season. There's going to be a down pay. Just saying. And also another caveat is, and I feel that when she comes back, her daughter is going to be part of it as well. Her oldest daughter, the one on Only, is that her oldest daughter on OnlyFans?
Yeah, interesting.
Yes, and I feel that she's going to have a confessional.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so the star, she's going to be the star. She's going to be, again, the highest paid if she comes back. It's not clear yet. I think that's because she hasn't made the decision yet, but she is thinking of it. She likes the idea, but only if certain housewives are not in the cast anymore, which I feel some of them are leaving anyway. I'm just recapping what I'm seeing. Her daughter will be part of the show as well, you know, a minor role, but she will have a confessional. So I guess her daughter will get paid as well.
Yeah.
You know, as a friend of. And then, yeah, because she is promoting a new business. Just saying, she's starting a new business or something is up. So she's working on something which would be the perfect opportunity as well to promote it on Housewives. So don't be surprised. Sorry for moving my table, but don't be surprised if she comes back and just like Kathy, she's promoting not tequila. I hope not tequila. We've had enough of, you know, celebrity tequilas out there, but something. So, you know,
I mean, I would always welcome Denise back. I know she didn't really give us much, but I do feel like there was other factors involved with that. She probably didn't really understand the formatting as well. And I think it was explained to her in a way that she got it wrong. So
Denise says she hopes not to see much of Ken. I agree in a sense. I used to like Ken, but I'm like, oh, everyone's like, not another drink or skincare.
Oh, please, no.
Or leisure wear, or yeah, no, enough already. Just, you know, find something else to promote. But so, yeah, it's highly possible. It's not 100, but we can ask again next week because you never know what's going to happen during the week. But yeah, it is possible that she comes back. And if she comes back, she's going to be the highest paid and the star, and she's going to have more control of what happens with editing and production. Those are going to be her terms. Now, whether Bravo agrees to it or not, that's a different story. But if they do, yeah, she'll be back, and it will be a great season for her. She will have a storyline promoting her business and her daughter. But anyways, she will have some kind, because she's going to be the star of the show. And right now, the show needs a star.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I think we need someone to come in and kind of take it in a different direction. I think also with Alex Baskin from the production company leaving, this is also going to leave room for creative change in terms of the cast and how they move forward. So I guess that leads me to my next question. Do you think Rinna's going to come back
for next season? All right. Before I throw the cards, what's your opinion? What do you think?
I feel like they'll ask her back, but they're going to give her a crappy contract that's going to basically like not appease her enough to come back. But I don't know. She needs a job nonetheless.
So they're going to do like a Dorinda to her, maybe sort of like, you know, just like take a break, Rinna, just take a breather. But definitely, I think they're going to cut her pay because they're going to do it to several of them. So yeah, but as you said, she's a hustler, so she needs the money. She'll probably come back for it. But let's see what the cards have to say. Right, no jumper cards, so we're not very chatty today, but it's 50-50. They will, okay, it is confirmed they will offer less money.
Okay.
Partnership. Hold on, she gets a lot of twos. I almost want to say that she's coming back. If she comes back, she's going to be a friend of, as you said. Like she's going to have a minor role. So she's not going to be a main, housewife if she comes back, but it's really 50-50. Right now, she's hustling for new jobs. She's hustling right now. This is what I'm getting. There's the 8 of Wands, which means that she's like, there's a lot of energy around her, looking, talking, trying, because I feel that she wants out too. She wants out too. She wanted out several years ago, in my opinion, because you can see that Rinna's changed.
Oh, of course.
She's not the energy that she puts in it. Yeah, she's a mean girl. We know that. We know Rinna. She can be messy and shady and all that. But the energy she puts into it, you can feel that it's half-hearted.
It's very dark too. It's like she's so almost turned off by so much of it. I think some insider information. I stumbled upon a text message that she shared with someone in my circle that said she felt as if she was kind of carrying the show for a few seasons because she was always the one going after the truth, quote unquote, and calling people to task. So she has a way about the feeling she has about being on the show. So that kind of validates what you're saying, because it sounded like she just felt like she's just tired of always being the one that has to create the drama, go after it, call people out, because really no one else on there is doing that except Sutton. Sutton has been very much carrying the season, if I'm honest.
And Garcelle
too, for sure.
Yeah. But in a more authentic way. That's what I like about Garcelle. She's more authentic to herself. She's not putting it on, and she's carrying the season. And I agree, Rinna was the bone collector, and she has been for years. But enough already. We're all like, enough already. Anyways, we're oversaturated with all these reality TV shows, And if we're gonna watch, and Beverly Hills was one of the most popular ones, the one that, if there's one housewife show that, I don't know, my aunt or my grandmother is going to watch, it's Beverly Hills.
Same. So, people that don't know Housewives, when they watch Beverly Hills.
They do.
Still a highest rated franchise. So
absolutely, I agree. But Darren says Rinna owns it. Apparently, she owns the bone collecting.
Yeah, I mean, she knows how to do it well, and she's an actress. So I like, she fully invests herself in whatever she's doing.
Right. I agree. But I think, when does the reunion come out? When do they air it?
It'll probably be, let's see, we have 3 more episodes. We have 3 more weeks of the show that needs to finish, and then right from there. So I'm thinking within a month or so, 4 weeks from now, we should have at least part 1. We should have a trailer probably the week of the season finale. Usually they'll drop the trailer during the week of the season finale. Well, but it might be earlier this time, since the ladies didn't get to see the last 3 episodes. It might not even matter, honestly.
But I saw somewhere on Twitter that they were, because I saw someone posting and they said the trailer, or part of the trailer, has leaked and it's out. I saw like the first seconds, and then someone called me. So I kind of like, I was on the phone, and then I lost the tweet. So I never went back to watch it. And you have to look for it, because unless I'm just, I'm totally an alien Aquarius, where I, really, but I remember I saw it. Someone said, this is like, I don't know, like 30 seconds of the reunion trailer. And there was just, and that was on Twitter. So I don't know if someone leaked it and then they just took it out. I don't know. They deleted it. I don't know. But yeah, 30 seconds.
You can't keep up with this year's Beverly Hills, I swear. They're not doing anything according to plans. And I don't know. There just seems like there's something else, though, that they're covering up. There's just something
We'll find out.
weird,
We'll find out.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll watch the reunion, then come back and watch these videos, these last 2 videos that we've been doing, these live shows, and then we'll see. And then we'll see how much all is starting to make sense, because it will, I feel that the reunion and what's going to come out during the reunion is going to make so much more sense to all of us, especially us, you know, doing these readings and being here in this group, in this channel, and it's going to make so much more sense, and it's going to make sense as to what's coming for the next season and the other shows as well, the other franchises. So we'll find out. Shall we move on from Montecito to Buckingham Palace?
Yes, darling. We must move over, because there's stuff going on over there now that we need to get into.
Oh, yes. Absolutely. We have a lot to talk about. And I asked you when we met in Greece, and I said, you know, tell me a little bit, how do Americans view, or how do they see Meghan? Because obviously the UK and Europe, she's not very liked, because including myself, I have to say, and I'm not going to be biased during this reading, because I never go in biased, but I don't like it when you're throwing so much shade on, forget that it's the royal family, you know, and it's a staple for the UK and for the culture and the monarchy and just the history of the United Kingdom of Britain. But aside from that, I just don't like the fact that she went on Oprah and just basically lied, because a lot of stuff that she said were debunked by journalists, by, you know, people just by the world, basically. And I just didn't like how she shaded her husband's family. For me, that was, you know, you don't do that. What, you know, you're obviously a bit narcissistic because you're trying to gain something from this, but it's all backfiring, but you're still doing it. So
I think there's a couple, yes, but we have to remember, in the UK, the journalists, the media, that's all controlled by the monarchy. So in that sense, yeah. Was it ballsy for her to sit with Oprah and be that transparent? Yes, but I think in her mind, it was also, she probably didn't want to be in that environment. Like, in her mind, I think she's trying to create change and trying to separate herself from that old mentality, because, you know, and she was an actress here, but I think that her being linked to Harry kind of skyrocketed things for her. And, you know, here it's different. The mentality behind things is different. So if this was like a royal family situation in America, I don't think it would have been as bad. But when you talk about her talking about the monarchy and everything that goes on behind closed doors, that is pretty ballsy. But her husband would have to sign off on that at the end of the day. So he must feel similarly.
Well,
right?
well, my theory is that they're both narcs. Okay.
Probably.
This is the energy I'm picking up. Okay. I'm just speaking out of the, you know, this is my professional opinion. I feel they're both, but he's more lost because he lost his mom. It was all very traumatic. He is the spare, as we call him in England. So he's royal, but he doesn't have the same privileges and the same status as his brother and his dad, you know, and then his dad married his mistress, basically, the one that he was cheating on his mom. So there's a lot for Harry to deal with, but I do feel that he has narcissistic traits. And I feel that she jumped on that, in a sense, being not, because she wanted to make it about her. Like, you know, I'm mixed race. I'm going to modernize who was Harry? I didn't even know who Harry was. I was like, cut the bullshit, girl. Everyone knows who Harry is. You want to say that you meet someone and you know they're famous and you don't Google them? I mean, come on. You know, she knew who Diana was and she didn't know who Harry was. You know what I mean?
That's part of the thing, though. Harry's got trauma from the things that he viewed, the way his mom was treated, essentially, and he feels obviously a different type of way. And I think she feeds off of that. In a probably, dare I say, manipulative way, to get more of his trust and his, you know, you know what I'm saying? Like, I see what they're doing to you, and that's not right, Harry. Like, that type of mentality where he's like, finally, you see me and you're not with me because I'm, you know, part of the royal family. But to your point, I don't believe that she didn't know who Harry was. I mean, come on. You don't know Diana and not know that she had 2 sons and know their names.
And you know what Diana went through, because we know that you were a fan, so you know the protocol, you know how the monarchy works. It's not like you're going to jump in. You're not the queen. You're not marrying the king. And you have that power to say, like King Charles now, he wants to slim down the monarchy. You know, he's going to make a lot of changes, and it's good because there's a lot of stuff about him as well that's come out, okay? His connections. So, I mean, he better bring the good example here. But I mean, the whole thing is just ridiculous, in my opinion. I think that she is trying to capitalize by building a brand for herself, not for herself and Harry. This is my issue. It's not about, it's about herself. Look at the podcast. The podcast was supposed to be the 2 of them. Archetypes. It's just
I noticed he's not on it.
He's not on it.
Why?
He's not. And the Cut magazine, the Cut magazine, this like 6-page thesis of an interview that she gave. Where was Harry? He wasn't there. So it's all sort of like the light is all
on her
now,
and he's got to take the brunt of it from his family for siding with it. So nothing is going as they said it was going to. That's the truth. They were supposed to do things together.
Exactly, because she's not the famous one. Like, she's not the royalty. She's not the famous one. She became famous because she married the prince, the 6th in line, okay, prince. So to me, it's all, but now back to what we were gonna start asking and talking about. There is a reunion. So now with the passing of the queen, apparently there's a lot of chatter, and they're saying that she wanted to do the walk on her own and have the Netflix cameras follow her. So they would record her, looking at the flowers that everyone just the vigil and talking to the people. And she threw a tantrum, apparently, just saying what I read. And that's why last minute, King Charles said to William, okay, you better invite them, because otherwise this is going to be a mess. It's not going to look good. But that was okay. That was an olive branch, I guess, in a way. But I liked it. I liked the fact that I saw the four of them,
No, I think it sends the message that at the end of the day, we're family.
I agree.
And this is a loss for the family and everyone involved. So yeah, I agree. I think that it was a good idea, because also they probably were like, well, if we don't, they're gonna say that they weren't. You know what I'm saying? Like, they've already gone out and aired. And someone's already talking. You don't want them to keep doing that, so you appease them in whatever way you can. So I think it's a little bit of both.
But let's not forget, Harry has postponed the publication of his tell-all book. And enough with the books already. Enough. We don't need another book. The books already. We don't need another book. Tom Bower's book, worth reading, because he tells the truth. He speaks like a lawyer. He's so careful the way he writes in that book, because he wants to avoid getting sued. But
I was going to say, you'd have to be a lawyer to write a book about them, because otherwise you'd be getting hit from all angles.
Not if you're saying the truth.
No, that's true.
You can't get sued for defamation if you're saying the truth. So just saying, so enough of the books already, Harry. We don't want to hear your whinging. We don't want to hear Meghan's whinging. But what we want to know is that the future of Meghan and Harry, I guess, in the royal family, right?
Yeah, let's start with that. Is there a future there?
Is there one, or what's Meghan's? Because another feeling that I've been having a lot lately is, not lately, it's been almost a year. I feel they're separated as well. Just saying. I don't feel they live together. I don't feel they're a couple. It's one thing what we see in front of the cameras. She's an actress. He's he's been prepped since a boy how to act and how to present himself in front of people and the cameras. I'm just saying, I have a very, very strong feeling Another thing that's going to come out soon is an imminent divorce.
Poor Harry.
But that's why it's going to be interesting. What's the future? So I'm going to ask, what's the future of them as a couple? In the monarchy.
That's a good start.
And then we'll take it from there. Okay. So let's see. Oh Lord. So for anyone who is following the Sussexes and the Cambridges and everything else going on, let me say something. Their future, the monarchy, is not clear, but I can tell you one thing with this moon card. Things are coming out about them, and that's what I'm saying. We're going to find out. We're going to find out a lot about them, a lot of lies, secrets, illusions, things they've been hiding, including the fact that I feel they're not living together. I feel they're separated. It doesn't look good. They're not going to be, they're not, I don't feel they're going to be stripped of their titles. Okay. Because that's a lot of people talk about that. They're like, strip them off the titles and all that. I don't see that happening. But what I do see happening is with this Eight of Swords is that they will be very restricted. So it's not going to be official that they're out of the royal family, but they're not going to be part of it, to be honest. It's going to be very restricted, only for certain occasions, certain events, just, for keeping up appearances. But in my opinion, they're out. They don't trust them. Doesn't, as a couple, okay, I'm not talking about Harry on his own or Meghan, but as a couple, it doesn't. 7 of Wands. Yeah. It's all justice. Oh dear. They're they're taking someone else, or someone is taking them to court, or they're taking someone to court. There's going to be another legal battle.
This is just getting messy for them, though.
It's exhausting.
It is
exhausting.
Beverly, honestly, I think this was part of the issue initially. It seems maybe there was some stuff they were trying to rumble behind the scenes, and that's why they were like, "Well, we can't do what we want to do. We're going to leave." But it just seems like they've left, and it just keeps. There's more and more stuff that keeps lingering behind them. Oh no!
He's got someone.
What?
She's got someone. I'm sorry. She does. That's what I'm telling you. It's like, and she's not happy. I'm telling you, it's building up. I feel it. I feel it's coming like a tsunami.
So can we just ask the cards, was this whole thing just an opportunistic thing for her then? Was there actually anything genuine there from her side?
Do I really need to ask the cards?
I mean, probably not, but I just can't imagine someone going all the way there and then doing all of this and then being like, I mean, Harry's not, he's like the cool, like.
Well, Georgio, she got her Spotify deal. She got her Netflix deal. She's got like a 6-page spread on Cut magazine or whatever magazine. She was on Oprah, Gayle King. I mean, she got the connections that she wants. Now she can go off and do her whatever political aspiration, because I feel she has political aspirations at this point. Because she talks like a politician sometimes. She's.
I could see that actually.
Very curated. Everything that she does is very curated. And that to me, it's like, woo, something's up here. So yeah, I think she got what she got out of it. And I think Harry's not going to take it any longer. I don't think hostage Harry is, because he looks so miserable. In Britain, we call him hostage Harry because he looks so miserable. He's always like, he looks so pale and tired.
Behind the closed doors. So that's like intense from both angles. I mean, from his family and with this, if this is what's going on, geez Louise.
I know, right? So let me ask about Harry and Meghan. So what's their future among themselves?
Yeah.
Oh, mind you, another thing. Of course, even now that even before the Queen passed on, the thing is now she still gets to keep her title even if she gets divorced. She is called Princess Harry. That's the protocol, right? Yeah, Princess Harry.
Oh.
And this is why who was it? Who oh my god, her friend who they stayed at. He's an actor. Anyways, doesn't matter. Forget it. My mind went blank. But bottom line is, trust me, she's going to be using her title a lot more now. It's not going to
I'm
be just
sure.
Meghan Markle, Duchess Sussex or whatever. It's going to be Princess Harry or Princess Meghan. Trust me, this is coming. So there you go. She has her brand now. You know, she's added value to her brand.
Well, her LinkedIn profile is going to be lit because who's not going to like work with her now? You know, Princess. I can see her LinkedIn now. Princess Meghan, Spotify, Netflix, actress, activist, philanthropist.
Keynote speaker.
Yes, TED Talks. I see TED Talks coming soon.
I see TED Talks coming soon too.
Sure.
Absolutely, I see it. You know, she's going to charge like $500,000 for you, and it's going to be like a 5-minute speech about me.
I'd love to be on a conference or fly on a conference call when she's on with whoever talking about how much and what do I get out of this.
Yeah, that's true. She's definitely going to write another book in a few years down the line, you know, how I escaped the royal family and I made a big name for myself and all that. Good for her. You know what? She's a smart woman, though. She is a smart woman, regardless if she's a narc or not. She knows what she's doing. She's got her goal. You know, she has her eyes set on the prize and she's going for it. And she doesn't care who she ruins or who she, you know, offends in the way. Good for her. Honestly,
I mean, you have to kind of respect the fact that she was able to like pull it all the way forward.
Right.
I mean, come on.
No, I mean, she's a smart woman. But it's very unfortunate that she created this split, let's just say, this racial issue has come up again. And, you know, people are annoyed because they feel that those who don't like her are racist. They don't like her because of the color of her skin. And she now is using the race card because she's now dropping these bombs saying that people have called her child the N-word, that when she was pregnant, they were asking her what, you know, a member of the royal family was asking her what color her baby was going to be. No.
I don't think I think she played into it for sure, but I don't think that wasn't a conversation to some degree, because I think that I mean, look at the whole family. They've done a very good job at keeping things very not inclusive. So
true. Absolutely. Okay, let me tell you, between Harry and Meghan, so he comes up again. She's got someone else. That's for sure.
Who is this guy?
I don't know, some zillionaire Silicon Valley guy. Who knows? I mean, who knows? Someone, if I could guess, it would be someone who's a businessman, extremely powerful, who has a lot of connections in politics. That
would make sense.
That's my guess.
Who else are you going to go to after Harry?
Exactly, right? You know, and I feel it's someone a little bit more mature than Harry. Harry's younger than her, and I feel that this might be someone who is like maybe like 8-10 years older than her. This is what I'm getting. So regarding Harry, I don't see the divorce yet, but they're running out of money. You know, you might think, oh, he's a prince and he's got all that money. No, first of all, he's not entitled to his inheritance from the Spencer family, from the Spencer fund, which is his mom's fund. He's not entitled until he turns 40, which is, I think, next year, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so he still hasn't got a hold of that money. And also, it was his dad who was sort of like payrolling his lifestyle up to the point where they moved to Montecito. When they were in Canada, he was still paying them off from the Duchy account.
Oh, I
So
didn't know that.
yes. So it seems they have financial issues, which is probably why she's rolling out a lot of content on Spotify right now, and they started filming. But this is just indicating to me that financially, maybe I'm not saying they're poor, but maybe cash flow is an issue. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe their money is tied down in properties or in accounts and stuff like that, but it's the cash flow that's missing. They are looking to the future. Everything they do is it's like a business plan for them. So everything they do is long-term planning.
Okay.
They have like long-term goals, which they're working on. There are two business deals I feel that are working on. This is what I'm getting about those two, about their future. It's not about love anymore. It's not about them being a couple. It's more of a business arrangement. This is what I'm getting. So they both gain something from each other, and they both gain from being a couple and being partners, everything that they do. They've got ideas because they can help each other, because there is a codependency in that relationship for sure.
Yeah.
And for business as well. So they're working on making money. They're working on making money, but they're fighting a lot. There's a lot of tension with those two. And yeah, they're trying to grab as much as they can regarding finances. They will do anything. Anyone who will listen and pay, they will make an appearance. They'll be there. This is what I'm feeling. This is what I'm seeing.
Golly, I was like, it's not shocking, but it's just kind of like, wow.
I feel that Harry's
a hustler, baby.
Hustlers are hustlers. Well, you know what? I would love for Meghan to meet Lisa Rinna.
I was just gonna say those two take over the world.
Oh my God! And I would love to see a show of those two. I would love a reality show of those two.
Rinna should go on Meghan Markle's podcast.
Ooh.
That would be an interesting conversation.
That would be an interesting conversation, because I'm sure she watches the Housewives, or she knows about the Housewives. And something else, Harry, one last thing about Harry is that he's going to be traveling a lot more back and forth from the US to the UK. We're going to be seeing that. He's trying to connect more back to his roots.
Okay.
And because he has a lot more opportunities in the UK, even though right now he's not very liked by people, because they feel like, hey, what are you guys doing? What are you doing to your family? What did you do to your grandma? Your grandma died heartbroken, basically, because of all that. So I know it's horrible. And he didn't, the whole issue, like with, what was it? Oprah, the Oprah show aired during the funeral of Prince Philip. I mean, there's just
bad timing.
They could have stopped it. They could have said, hey, listen, let's wait for a week or two.
I'm sure that he had the power to tell Oprah, don't put this out right now.
She has the power because she fired. Oh, well, she made, which radio station in England? I forget. Piers Morgan. Piers Morgan lost his job because of Meghan Markle, because we all know that he doesn't like her, and he's very vocal about it.
Yeah.
And I'm saying they've got the power. So it's all kind of like, it's all smelly to me. And I can tell you, his roots are in England. He doesn't forget. He feels, regardless of what we think, he finds himself when he's back at home, back in his roots. So we'll be seeing him traveling a lot more to the UK alone. By the way, where are those babies? Where are the kids?
I was just going to ask. We don't really hear or see them.
Where are those kids? I mean, where was it? Was it during, there was a big royal event where Meghan appeared for when she was still in the, in the royal family, when she was still doing her royal duties. And I remember she had just, I think Archie was like 2 months old or something like that. And she appeared for like 5, maybe 10 minutes. And then she was rude to guests over there who wanted to talk to her and ask her questions. She said, I have to go back to my baby. He can't stay. I can't be away from him for too long. And now she's overseas just across the pond without the babies. And she's got like without the kids. Anyways, I just think that it's all just too, I don't like it. It's all behind it. There's the shadow, there's the veil.
Yeah, it almost feels like there was like and I don't say this because I'm not saying they don't love their children, but sometimes I feel like those situations happen where it's like it makes sense to have a couple kids when you're with someone like Harry and you're connected to this, because then it creates lineage for yourself and you're building generational wealth. And so, but do you actually care to share that part of it with your kids, or are you just leaving them with a nanny while you guys trot back and forth?
I don't know. I mean, it's all a bit, there's just, and I remember before she got pregnant with Archie, I remember that Harry was preaching to all of us about overpopulation and about people having too many kids.
Well, he clearly didn't count himself in that.
No, obviously not. I think that was a dig to William because they had 3. I don't know.
Probably. I'm sure that they probably make a lot of digs towards each other.
I don't know, but I'm asking about the kids right now. Yeah, and I never read kids, but I'm not reading the kids. Okay, just so you know, I'm just asking.
Where are they?
Yeah, where are they? How are they? Like, yes. Are they okay? Like, how are things with the kids? Because I know that this is something that keeps coming up. People keep asking about those children. We would love to see them.
Of course.
2 kids, yeah, 7 pentacles. Yeah, they're so I do see 2 kids.
Mm-hmm.
Why do I feel they're overseas though? And I don't mean the US.
Like they're in the UK or like in a different?
Not even like a different location. This is what I'm picking up. She's really gatekeeping the kids issue. I don't feel that she allows many people around the kids. Not many people have seen the kids. She's really gatekeeping. It's almost like those kids are like tucked away somewhere.
This is for a payout down the line?
I don't know. It's very weird. Those kids, though, it doesn't seem that they're like available. Like, the feeling I'm getting with this 2 of Swords is that there's something, these kids are, I'm going to say it. Oh my God. How can I explain it?
Are they not connected to the kids? Like, are the kids with essentially a separate set of parentals?
Yeah, they're not connected, and there is a veil about. So they're not connected with those kids maybe in a psychological way or emotional way or whatever way. Maybe they're not spending enough time with their kids. I don't know. But there is something about the kids. There are 2. They are siblings. Okay, those 2 children are siblings, but they're very well tucked away. It's like almost like a mystery around the children. Like, I don't even know if her mom, Doria, spends a lot of time with the kids. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it's really
she's keeping them literally tucked away from everything so that no one has access to them on any level.
Yes, she's tucked away, and not just because she wants to sell picture, make money by selling the picture.
That was what my first thought was. Is she trying to build up the reserve for value on?
No, there's something else about it. There's something really weird about it, and I'm trying to understand. So to get it, so okay, so they are the DNA. Let's just say is of one of the 2. This is what I'm getting. Okay. The kids have the DNA of one of the 2 of the parents. This is wild, I know, but I'm also trying to make sense of it. So bear with me.
I'm releasing whatever energy I have so I can absorb what you're going to say.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. And I'm dropping my cards. The boy specifically, Archie, there's something about the boy specifically, Archie. Okay. There's something, I don't know. I also feel that maybe when he was little, he might have had like a health issue too, or a health scare, something about the little boy, which is probably why he's so protected.
Okay.
Right?
That makes sense.
That's what I'm getting. But I have the 5 of Wands here. This is cards. Help me out. Page of Pentacles. Okay. Here's the thing. I don't feel that she's very hands-on with her children. Okay. I feel that she has help, obviously. She's very controlling as to who's around her kids or her family or at home. Okay. That's who she is. I feel a lot of tensions there, but I also feel that something is not adding up with those kids. And I cannot explain it. I'm asking my cards. They're not giving me more information right now. King of Pentacles. Also, why is there's a male, not Harry, not royal family, or none of the close relatives of Harry, right? There is a male here who is helping Meghan financially. Now, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, and I'm not going to become one. Okay. And I don't want this video to blow up because of something I said, but I'm going to say it because I'm a psychic and I'm going to say what I feel. I don't know if the kids are Harry's.
Oh my gosh.
Done.
I was so waiting for you to go. I was like, she's inching on this with the DNA. That is wild.
I know. That's why I'm just.
Is that why they're so protected? Maybe is that kind of, aside from the other things, like
I pulled the dad card as soon as I said it.
So is that the person who's possibly financially assisting her in the lurches?
Okay, let me just say they're not. It doesn't mean necessarily that she went with someone else and she got pregnant with someone else. Maybe it was, it was someone else's. There was another sperm. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe there were complications.
Something like that, where it was like.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, it could be that, they had help conceiving. Maybe he's not able to, have children and they got help, but but someone is helping them. There's a male helping financially, who is somewhat tied with the kids. And yeah, I just don't feel that it's the same DNA.
I just want to make something clear. I'm glancing over at the chat. We are not bashing anyone's kids. This is not about the kids. We're talking about the relationship that Meghan and Harry have with the kids, because people are not seeing the kids. We're just getting to the bottom of that. This is in no way, this has nothing to do with the kids. We don't know them. There's obviously nothing regarding these kids. So let's make that very clear.
Nothing about the kids. I just said that Archie probably had some kind of like a health issue in the beginning of his life. My son did as well. So I'm not saying anything bad.
Things happen. Of course. This is not to bash anyone's children. We would never do that.
I don't even read kids. That's against my morals. Like, people come to me and they're like, can you read my 10-year-old or my 8-year-old? I'm like, I don't read kids. It's not moral. Kids are so pure. I don't want to tap into that pure energy. There's so much that can change. They're still growing, still learning. They're still connected to the other side. I want to leave kids alone. But this wasn't about the kids. This was about, where are the kids and what is the connection between the kids and their parents? That's it. Full stop. Full stop. So, I'm sorry, people are hypersensitive when we talk about definitely the topic of Beverly Hills. Rinna and Erica is super sensitive, and the Meghan Markle. I'm aware of that because I've seen what's been happening on social media. Like, they bash YouTubers. There are tarot readers out there and psychics that do readings like ever on a daily basis on the royal family and Harry and Meghan, and they get so much hate. They get so much, and I'm like, if you don't want to watch it, don't watch it. You know, you don't have to believe what we do. You don't have to believe what we say. It is for entertainment purposes only.
Entertainment, guys. At the end of the day, we're here to entertain and try to get to the bottom what we can get to the bottom of. But at the end of the day, there's no harm behind what we're doing. We're not, again, we would never bring children who can't make their own decisions or be open on their own. This is more, in my opinion, this is more on what Meghan's whole priority is behind having a family with someone if she's not even really authentically involved. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if it's not authentic and it's just business, then the kids are a reflection of that strategy. They are just another business end piece, if you will.
Thank you. You just explained it so well. And as Joanne says, some men have problems having children. It's not always the women. That's what I'm saying. Yes. It's not that she cheated and she went with someone else and that's someone else's kids. I'm saying
you can pick specific donors that have the DNA that you want. In this day and age, you can pretty much design a child from scratch. I mean, it's kind of scary.
I know, it's
scary. That's basically what we're getting at here. It's not that she was jumping in someone else's bed, and it's not a soap opera. She's not covering up. You know what I'm saying? It's not that.
No, that's not what we're saying. We're just saying it's muddy. It's not clear. I'm just saying what's coming through. Other readers might see or feel different things. It's okay. This is what comes up today. This is what I'm saying. Again, it's for entertainment purposes only. This is not going to change our lives, guys. No. What we do here, you're here because you want to be entertained. You're probably curious about what's coming in the future, about your favorite or not so favorite, reality show stars and royal. But guys, this is not going to affect your life. It's not going to change your life. It's not going to change anyone's lives. It's definitely not going to change Meghan's life, what I say, or Harry's life. Who cares? Who cares? So let's take everything lightly and let's have fun.
Yes, please.
Because we have like a lot of other stuff that's coming out in the world, the collective. So at least let's have something light and fun.
Let's try to have fun where we can, because to your point, there's a lot of heavy stuff going on. So
exactly. But I think we will just stop here with the Meghan and Harry stuff.
I was just going to say, let's stop here because I want to get into the chat and see if we can answer some questions.
Oh, okay.
Shout out to Erica. She's been on fire and she's making me laugh. And I've been trying my best not to laugh at some of the stuff she's saying. She's just having herself a time with the opinions. And thanks for everybody who gets what we're doing here. But let's get into the chat because I think there's some people that may have some specific questions.
Hold on. Someone's saying it's not what you're saying. It's just mean gossip, right? We're not gossiping. Why are we gossiping? We're not making up stuff. We're just saying what we read or know or what's out there, and we're just elaborating and just using the cards to read on that. That's not considered gossip in my book, at least. Okay, hold on. Do you see any
trying to look to see if there was any. Erica asked, will Harry marry again?
Oh, interesting.
See him getting married again down the line.
That's a good question. Hold on. I'm trying to see. Oh, I found it. Okay, because I want to bring it up. That's a good question. I hope so. I hope so. I hope he finds someone. Hold on. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, I have to reshuffle because the same exact cards that I threw before came up again. So I need to reshuffle. I need a change of energy here. Let's see. Ooh, I see Harry moving back to the UK. in the
okay.
future. The future. That came up as a jumper card. Knight of Wands, Eight of Cups, Justice. Yes. Okay, so I don't see marrying again, but he will definitely be with someone, okay, who is he's very compatible with, someone who makes him feel very like child, like a giddy child in a sense. So it's going to bring out a lot of this this carefree childhood energy. I also feel she's going to be a lawyer, or she was a lawyer, or she's, something like that. So, oh yes, he is getting married again. I just got the Hierophant. So he will get married again. And this one is going to be very compatible to him. She's going to, I assume she's going to be British, because I see him moving back to Britain. And yeah, it's a very good pairing. She's also going to help him a lot with his mental health issues.
Okay.
Because she understands them. This is what I'm picking up. She understands them. Maybe she's been through stuff in her life. So yeah. So it looks good. Yeah. So he will.
It seems like they're both going to meet a better match for what they're looking for in life down the road. What you're seeing.
Why not? So
2 questions. William and Kate. So Denise has 2 questions. The first one is, are William and Kate separated? And our second question is, will Harry and William resolve their difference? Let's start with the William and Kate. So we didn't really get into them too much, but because they also look like they loathe each other.
They loathe. That's what people say, that they.
Well, I mean, just based on. I mean, I'm also saying from what I see, it doesn't seem like they really are connected.
Okay. No. No, I don't see separation.
Okay, so they're in
I don't see separation, but I'm not saying that it's like, it's
not living separate lives.
Yeah, well, it's not like a bed of roses. Okay, there are issues there too, but they're not separated. That's for sure. I just feel that one of the two has a very, very strong sexual energy about them. One of the two. Just saying. Before I get bashed again.
It's just, you can't win.
Oh, you can't win. I know. But no, it actually looks good right now, right as we speak. It actually looks that they're very close. Okay. Especially I feel with all these changes that are happening with the Queen passing and everything, it just seems that they're very connected right now. But, like a lot of marriages or a lot of high-powered marriages, there are stuff underneath. There are secrets. There are illusions there, but not in the form of separation. Yeah. And it's also very much of a work. They work very well. It's like, let me say it differently. I don't feel there is a lot of sexual chemistry between them right now. They've been together for a long time. Okay. So we have to factor that in. Because it happens to couples that have been together for so long and have had kids, but they work so well as, as business partners. Yeah. So it's that, and that's why there's a lot of respect between them.
There you guys go.
There you go. What was sorry, I nearly dropped my card. What was the other one?
The second one was, will William and Harry make up or get to
reconcile?
Of understanding each other better, whether or not distant.
Ooh. Yes and no. I mean, right now, I don't think either of them wants to. Oh, they will. Hold on. Wait. No, they will. They will. But not right now. Right now, neither of them wants to.
It's not good timing for that.
Almost feels it's like the women are blocking reconciliation. Both of their women.
I was just going to say, does it have something to do with one of the women or both or something?
Both are blocking that. They're adding fuel to the fire.
That's
Yes,
interesting.
absolutely. The other thing is that William, I think is going to take on a role. I don't know, financially. I don't know if he has to approve, if he has to give his brother money, or there's financially they share some finances together, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to say that I feel that if the women allow them to, they would reconcile. They would come together again. This is what's blocking right now. But yeah, in the future, they will. They will. They won't be, they won't go back to where they were, but it's not going to be that bad. They'll be able to, to have like a nice, civil, normal conversation and have lunch together and tea, high tea, whatever. But
they'll get back to a respectful, cordial place where they can actually
yes,
engage each other and there's not tension.
absolutely, absolutely, yeah. And they're thinking about it. I also feel that Harry is concerned. That's why I'm saying that I feel the next few months he'll keep going back to the UK. We'll keep seeing that he is thinking about that. He is homesick. He is missing his family. He wants to come back close. He wants to. His brother is his best mate. They've been through so much together that
Yeah.
there's no one else in the world who empathizes or understands William or Harry like their sibling, because how many kings do you know, or how many princes do you know, how many people have like grown up like were raised in gilded cages, pretty much.
Right. That's why my thinking's like, gosh, it must suck, because it's like the only other person that would understand fully what you're mentally dealing with and emotionally dealing with is your brother, because he's the only person that's used to the same stuff. Wow.
Eric is saying, I find it interesting of the earth water elements for the royal family. Kate and William, Capricorn, Cancer, and George is a Cancer with moon, and King Charles is a Cancer too. And Diana was a Cancer, if I'm not mistaken, Princess Diana. So there's a lot of Cancer in that family, a lot. Harry's a Virgo, and yeah, hold on. The kids of Meghan, Archie was born. Oh, is it Taurus? Was born May on George Clooney's birthday. That's when he was born. And then Lilibet, I think, was born July. She's a Cancer. Lilibet is a Cancer too.
So there is a strong Cancer energy for sure.
Wrong water element as well. So that's why I'm saying there are a lot of, where there's water, where there's the moon in the water, there's a different world underneath. Right, underneath. So Charles is a Scorpio. Oh, you're right. Probably. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Sorry, I got confused. So Diana is the Cancer and Charles is the Scorpio. And okay, I don't remember Camilla's. I think she's an earth sign. I think. Yeah.
Light Mission says, how long will Charles be king? Will he have a good run?
How long? Let me bring it up. How long will Charles be king? Will he have a good run as a king? Good question. I hope so. I really hope so.
I'm sure the rest.
But he's got big shoes to fill, because the Queen
I was just gonna say, those are some big shoes to fill. And wouldn't this be his first job? I'm joking, guys. I'm dropping my pen.
Oh. Hold on. Okay, no jumper cards. Let's find out. He's going to be received well.
Okay.
He's going to be received well. I mean, yeah, listen, of course, you're going to have those that are Republicans, like in Britain, Republicans, those who want the Republic, right? Not Republicans, the political party. So, but I feel, so there is going to be judgment. I feel he's going to do a lot of slip ups in the beginning, until he kind of gets his footing, but he's going to do okay. He's going to be okay. And the thing is, to answer your question, William is going to be a lot more involved. William is going to be like his partner in a sense. So yeah, Charles is the king, but William is definitely going to be there. They're going to be taking decisions jointly, because I don't feel Charles is going to be he's going to be a reigning king for like years and years and years, to be honest.
Well, and also probably
I'm going to say a
more
decade
because Charles is able to see what's in front. Like he's able to look at the landscape and say, but we really need to start looking at this. Whereas maybe Charles wouldn't see that off the bat and maybe wouldn't be advised as such. So I could see that actually being the case.
Yeah, but I would say like a little less than a decade. This is my feeling. Like he's going to reign for 10 years and then out.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah, I'm not saying he's going to die because he's not Queen Elizabeth. He's not, you know, I have a feeling that he's going to pass on that, you know, the royal baton to his son, basically. That's a good question by Erica. Hold on.
Yeah, Erica's on fire with the question.
She is on fire. I love Erica.
I love you all, but Erica's really like hitting the marks today.
Absolutely. Does the monarchy use an astrologer or any sort of occult tactiles that it comes emerging the family? I don't think they're using an astrologer. They should. A lot of because a lot of political leaders and world leaders do use astrologers before they make big decisions. I don't think they do. Now, regarding the occult tactics, which there are sort of stories and rumors out there that they're probably involved in some kind of dark cult. I'm not, because I want to, we got in trouble already enough, but let me say this differently. I wouldn't put it past them. I do feel that there is, like with a lot of other powerful people in the world who are not royals, there is a lot of ceremonial stuff going on, a lot of occult things going on. So yes, and you know, all you have to do is just go and read a little bit of the history of the royal family and look at photos of the different castles and places of residence to see all the symbolism.
Yes.
Around.
Agreed.
So yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that before we get bad juju.
Oh yes, we don't want to do that. Wow, wow, we really packed another episode in.
We did, and it's almost 2 hours. We'll be doing this for 2 hours.
I know, and it doesn't feel like it, if I'm honest. But
I agree.
You know,
we should wrap it up because it's been a long.
Literally an archive to go back to follow up on things as they happen in the world between Housewives and all this stuff. So I think this is just going to be fantastic.
This is because people can just watch back in 2 or 3 months, and they can come back from the future and see what we said here, you know, and leave comments down below and tell us what you think. Correct. Not about the kids of Meghan Markle and Harry. Enough already. Those are going to be deleted because there was no harm meant there. We didn't bash anyone. Again, don't take everything so seriously. We're just doing entertainment, and this is a show for you guys.
And we'll take into account that it's retrograde, so we won't hold it to you too harsh.
Yeah, but I mean, it's going to be retrograde until the 21st of October. Is this what is going to happen then?
You're going to have us talking about unicorns next time.
I've got my malachite here. There you go. Go away, bad juju. Go away, evil eye.
Well, thank you guys all for joining for our episode 2. Natalie, thank you as always for having me on.
Thank you.
And I guess we will do this again next Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you guys have any topics that you can think of throughout the week, please send it to either one of us and we'll definitely touch on it.
And don't forget to follow Georgio as well and listen to his podcast and follow his TikTok and follow him on Instagram because he's sort of rebooting his Instagram right now. So stay tuned for that. Okay. And his podcast as well.
Whatever piece of me you want to know. Instagram's more of my personal life. TikTok's strictly Bravo content. My podcast is a blend of both. So
right. Okay. Someone said please do Olivia Wilde. I know we took Olivia Wilde and the whole Harry Styles and Chris Pines and all that. I know I've been asked by my mods to ask for that as well. So, I think
I'm going to put one on the list too because it's unfolding as we speak. We need to touch on the Kardashian being exposed by Ray J and everything that's happening in the last 24 hours. And I'm sure there'll be a lot more that's come out by next Sunday. So we need to add that to the list. That would be interesting.
Yes, there are not enough days in the week, but we will do that next Sunday, unless something else huge happens during the week. But we'll see. We'll see. I really pass that on. Georgio decides what we talk about because he's on top of it. That's his job. That's what he does. So I'm like, you choose what we're talking about today, and I'm just like throwing the cards down. So everyone, thank you for watching. Till next time. Bye.
See you guys next week. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you.